we're going to do another CPCTC proof. We're going to prove corresponding parts are congruent. I know that by looking at the line and what we're asked to prove, we're asked to prove PS congruent to QR. So instead of the triangle, we're asked to prove parts. So let's begin the proof by taking a look at what's given. First, TS is congruent to TR. Here's TS, here's TR. They're congruent. Angle P congruent to angle Q. Well, here's angle P, here's angle Q. And then we're trying to prove PS congruent to QR. Now, one of the things that is part of the challenge in this type of proof, we're trying to prove PS congruent to QR, is we have to figure out what two triangles to use. And you can kind of see in this diagram, since there's overlapping triangles, there may be more than one choice for us to use. But if we look at what's given, this angle, and then if we study the diagram further, what else can we see? Oh, we have the vertical angles again, just like the last proof. Okay? Now, if we look at those two vertical angles and what else has been given, we can kind of see that the two triangles that we need to prove congruent are this one right here and this one right here. Those two triangles. So we want to prove triangle PTS congruent to triangle QTS. And then if we get that, PS and QR are parts of those two triangles. Okay? So, and based on what we've marked, we have side angle angle or angle angle side. That's what we're going to use. So again, statements and reasons. And we always start with our givens. TS is congruent to TR, given, and 2 angle P congruent to angle Q, given. Now these first two givens, I marked down segments and angles, so they're already part of my proof. The only additional thing I marked was the vertical angles. Think about what you've marked, you then have to put down into your proof. But the only additional thing we have to write are the vertical angles again. And that's going to be angle PTS is congruent to angle QTS. And that's because all vertical angles are congruent. That's enough to prove these two triangles congruent. So now I'm going to do triangle PTS congruent to triangle QTS, and that reason was angle, angle, side. As something, an aside, look at lines 3 and 4. And remember how I always emphasized the use of the correct symbol? Because here it's the same letters, PTS, PTS. Here I'm talking about the angle. Here I'm talking about the triangle. Notice the difference. And now that we have the two triangles congruent, PS and QR are parts of those triangles, so I'm done. PS is congruent to QR. CPCTC. Corresponding parts of congruent triangles are congruent. That's what that abbreviation stands for.